Danny, we're in a good run of form as we look ahead to the massive FA Trophy Quarter-Final against Hereford. What's your thoughts ahead of the game?
Just exactly what you said. We're in good form. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be an interesting encounter because they're a very good side, and one that they've made great progress since they've reformed, and they're bouncing back up the leagues and whatnot. And as we know, they're a big club, and our club's actually got quite a bit of history with them. So it's going to be a really tough game, and if we're not at our best, we could come unstuck. And
in a year that's been really difficult for our fans, all football fans, and everyone in the world, it'd be nice to give them something special back in what's been a tough year.
Yeah, look, people who kind of know me well enough know that my forefront of all my thoughts is people's sort of well-being, and it's not been great not being able to have the supporters here. I can only imagine how many would be here Saturday if it was able to be an attended game. So we want our supporters and all people to be as happy and as healthy as they can, and hopefully we can put a few smiles on some faces on Saturday and maybe just take a little bit of an edge off what has not been a very nice time for people.
And you mentioned the history of the game between Hereford and games in previous games. Maybe it'd be something that we can rewrite a new bit of history with the result against them on Saturday.
Yeah, look, I think that we are full of confidence at the minute. We look good going forwards. We probably need to tighten up a little bit at the back. We 2 sloppy goals on Tuesday, but we go into it full of confidence, and I have full confidence in the squad, and if they turn up on Saturday and do what they're supposed to do, I'm confident we'll get the result we want.
That's another game where we've scored 4 goals, 5 against Dover, 4 against Wilston. It's offensively we don't seem to problem, but defensively maybe we could sharpen up a little bit.
Yeah, and look, it makes for good viewing if you're a neutral, because you're always guaranteed some goals. From ours, it's heart-stopping at times, but look, it is what it is, and I'm sure that if you said to the supporters you're going to win 4-3 every week, they'll take it. We'd rather it be 1-0 and not concede, but look, at the end of the day, it's neither here nor there. We won the 2 games against 2 very good sides, and you've only got to look at the job that Devs has done at Maidenhead and where they are in the league. That win only put us above them, and that's a credit to them. So look, we've got good players, and we know that when they're right and they're focused, and that's our job, we've got to make sure they're like that. But sometimes when they cross that white line, you don't know what they're going to bring to the table, and if we were ever going to question what we're doing at the minute in the sense of on the pitch, it's going to be, can we add that consistency now to go and back up those performances with, even if it's not good performance with regards to how we play, with wins. And that's the forefront of our thoughts at the minute.
And with it being a trophy game, just like it was meant to be for the Chesterfield game in the last round, it's a one-off game, winner takes all.
Yeah, and look, and that's how we'll play it. I think probably second half against Solihull, or first 15 minutes of the second half against Solihull, and even probably most of the first half against Solihull, the first time this year I've looked at us and thought, wow, like we can't physically keep up. We look tired, we look lethargic, but generally, regardless of what the result's been, we are full of energy and we don't stop. Our work rate's relentless, and we know that if we can bring that to the game on Saturday, we will cause them a lot of problems.
And we've also learned, with the players who haven't been starting the last few games, they can come in and do a good job and impress as well.
That's what you want as a manager. You want a squad of players that, if someone isn't quite at the level they're supposed to be. I think that what we're trying to do here is change the mentality of being dropped, and it's trying to change it to we're changing your role in the game, and rather than being someone who starts it, you might be someone who finishes it for us, and they're just as crucial, they're just as important. You look at Mo when he came on against Barnet, he scores the winner. You look at Harrison and Mo when they come on against Wrexham, they did fantastic with what they're doing. You look at Toby, Cody and Mo when they come on Tuesday night. Toby's played in 3 different positions in that small period of time he's on the pitch, and he did it very, very well. So we've got great depth in the sense of our ability. All they've got to do is continue to maintain that.
And just a small update on the squad ahead of the game. Obviously, Killian, from what I've heard, is suspended for the game due to his red card against Maidenhead. But we've got competition places for that position.
Yeah, we've got players like Shad and George Fowler coming back into contention, and we've got enough players that we can be very competitive on the pitch. what they've got to do as a group of players is ensure that they keep those standards and they keep working as hard as they are, and I can't fault them for that because they've been exceptional.
And a few weeks since Hereford last played a league game, but as we mentioned in other interviews, they've played friendlies and in-house games and training still in preparation for the game.
Yeah, the league hasn't finished that long ago. If it was like a month ago, they might question their fitness, but as I've already said, they're a massive club and they've got the resources to still carry on training and playing. So there'll be no worries from their perspective of their match fitness. And as I said, and I keep saying, it's going to be a really interesting encounter on Saturday.
Are you in with a shot? More information below. Click here for the next video, click here to subscribe.